Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. This pandemic has taught me a lot about myself. One of the most revealing things that I find marvelously fascinating ooh, is that I'm much more of an introvert than I am an extrovert. I am an introvert who lives like an extrovert, but I am much more introverted than I would have dared to have believed. I love this time in the house, in a book, in my thoughts, in a chair, on the floor in meditation. I absolutely love it. And I've learned that there are people who give me so much energy that I gravitate to, that I can't get enough of, that I would spend my days in a room talking to them or hanging out with them or partying with them. And these are people who I really, really want to be around. I got to do it yesterday with a group of friends and a new friend who I'd met, who I met just happenstance in a consignment store, and she was new here and didn't know anybody, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna get some friends together, and you need to know them. And it was not something that I planned. I really didn't have the time for it, but it was something that I knew I wanted to do. And so I've been thinking a lot this year, for the past 12 months, maybe 15 months, about what it is about these folks that I could just know them, like they could be new in my life, and suddenly I need them like I've known them all my life. And then there are people I've known all my life, and I'm like, okay, I could spend less time with you. And the thing that stands out beyond everything else is that these are people who are diverse. I don't mean that they are people of color or they are differently abled or they are, I mean that they have embraced diversity within them. We keep looking for diversity across a room, but when you internalize a diverse way of thinking, living, and being, you think differently, you create differently, you embrace differently. Your world, let me say it this way. These are people you could peel back one layer and there's a whole nother layer. You peel back another layer, there's another layer, there's another layer, there's another layer. And it was marvelous in this short span of time. We had brunch and then we moved to the lobby because we sat and had another conversation. And then we're in our cars on our way home having conversations. These are people I just simply said, hey, you guys, say your name and tell a little bit about what you do so she can get a sense of who you are. And then it just kept, layers were peeling back and peeling back and peeling back. And these were people who have different professions, different age group, different religion, different race, different, yeah, there was diversity in the group if you looked at us. But within each person, there were all these beautiful layers. This is the work that I've been doing. I actually have been working on an assessment to determine, to help people determine how diverse they are, but also to show them how they can become more diverse. When I was in graduate school designing instruments, I guess it was undergrad actually, because I worked as a researcher shortly afterwards, we were taught that a good instrument is not just a questionnaire for the researcher to find out what it is that they need to know. It should also be a good instrument that instructs, educates, and informs the person taking it so that they can get to where they want to be. And I also like self assessment measures because that way you get to tell you who you are. Nobody else is telling you who you are. So all of these things have kind of come together in one moment. The pandemic has helped me to see, that I thought that because I'm always going somewhere, that I had to always go somewhere. Not so. And I thought because I was always around people, I had to always be around people. Not so. But I also discovered that the people that I need to be around, the people whom I've met through this page and through the Stories to Tell group and through just sharing stories. The people that I've met who I feel like I've always known and I can't live my life without knowing them are people who are diverse in their existence, that they scour the earth for their answers, their learnings, their solutions, their understandings. They don't do anything in a typical fashion because they're constantly creating and evolving from all the things that they are learning. This is not the story I intended to tell today, but it was one that I felt it just came that needed to be shared. That diversity is not about, hey, can't we all get along? Diversity is about me loving myself so I get along with me, that I embrace so many things throughout the world, that I become someone that the world wants to get along with. And those of us who are introverts forced to be extroverts, ambiverts, according to Daniel Pink, will be the ones who rule the world. I love you.